Faithful. We are back. Welcome to the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Alston, Maddie B, who is inactive tonight, and we have Niner Lady Dina. It is Wednesday, June 4th. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, life
Happy
is
hump
good.
day.
Yeah. Took a
All
week
right.
off. Good to be back.
Yes. So we have a little bit to talk about. We're going to get into that, that time where it's, the stories are not really going to be happening, but in 49ers world, there seems to always be something. So we'll see what happens as the summer goes along. But tonight, let's start with some injuries. Ricky Pearsall tweaked his hamstring. Marquise Siegel, it's undisclosed, but he'll be ready for training camp. Jair Brown had ankle surgery, but will be ready for training camp. And Alfred Collins, calf, he's week to week.
Yeah,
He had that before the draft, and then he aggravated it during his pro day. What are your guys' thoughts on the injuries thus far?
I mean, I know injuries are expected, but really,
Yeah.
I
When
didn't think they'd happen.
conditioning, right?
Yeah, I didn't think that happened in OTAs. Like really. The only one that really bothers me in a way is Pearsall.
Mhm.
Because if he pulled that hamstring now, what's it going to be like later? And how the conditioning of that is going to bother, if it's going to help him or if it's going to aggravate again, because we really need him. And that's the one that really concerns me, is that hamstring. I don't want to see him, and because of it, but it's going to have to be really conditioned and worked on. And I hope he does not injure himself during the, regular past the OTAs, during the regular season and preseason.
Training camp. Yeah.
Yeah, training camp. Yeah, thank you. My brain is off. I had sugar fix.
Yeah, they actually said that if it were in season, he would probably be able to go. But right now they're not going to rush it. But that's concerning for me, because last year he had the same thing. He had a shoulder, he had the hamstring. So I'm not a fan of this, because, like you said, Dina, we need him out there. And, injuries I'm just not a fan of, because of, how last year went down. And even in 2020, when, everybody seemed to be tearing their ACLs.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's nothing. Alfred Collins, I'm not a big fan of the injury as well. Hopefully he comes back. You never want to mess with the calf, because it's connected to the Achilles.
Right.
But yeah, so Ty, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's disappointing to hear, because you want these, especially for the rookies, you want these young guys there, during this OTA time, just to get them ramped up, right? This is how you get them ramped up to speed and getting ready for training camp, which we know is uber important. So to hear these guys aren't there getting that ramp up, it sucks.
Yeah.
Because you want to see them out there. And I know I'm always excited about the young guys, especially the guys we brought in this year. I'm really excited about them. So it sucks to not see a few out there. And for Ricky, Jess, I'm in 100% agreement with you. It's like the same thing as last year. And it's like, we need him to take that step. We're excited to see him take that step in year two, especially seeing how strong he finished the season last year. So you want him out there getting as many reps and as much practice as he can. And he's missing it. It sucks. So, but like you said, they're just doing this as precaution so that he is a full go later on. And, Dina, like you said, hamstrings linger. They can linger and be a nag for a long time.
Yes.
So I'd rather them shut him down now, so that this next 50, 60 days, 2 months until camp, it's healed and he's ready to go. So, but it just sucks that he's not out there. But yeah, if there is a time to get a little tweak, a little injury, a little something, now
it's plagued with that injury bug thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But
our team,
to have it happen during OTAs, it's just like,
yeah,
not now, guys, not now. You can't have this now. No.
Well, I think everybody, when you hear somebody, especially Niner fans, like when you hear someone on the team has an injury, everybody goes into PTSD mode.
Yeah.
Pretty.
But yeah, I mean, at least on the positive with Ricky Pearsall, he got some work in with Brock, before minicamp, before OTAs, wherever they were at in Arizona or Florida. And also with Jacob Cowing, who seems to be doing well, in OTAs. He had a big grab today with Mac Jones throwing the ball. Okay. Who's a name to watch?
Oh,
for me, it's Cowing. I've been high on him since last season, so I definitely want to see him. With all these guys that are out, him getting these reps and getting the opportunity to grow and show what he can do. Yeah, I'm watching him. So he's my guy.
Yeah, I agree with you because there's so much opportunity there and there's so much riding on this opportunity and he has so much to offer and I want to see it. I want to make sure that he's strong, he grooms himself around who the other players that he's around. He's one of mine.
I think mine is Jordan Watkins.
Watkins. Okay.
Yep.
From the videos that I've seen, even before like people have said his name, like the one video that I saw, I was like, wow, like his routes, like they're really like crisp, and Brock had mentioned today that Jordan Watkins has the rookie that's popped out in front of everybody. So that's good to hear. Crazy Juice says Michael Williams, CJ West.
Mm-hmm.
CJ West, yes.
What up, Papa?
Juice.
We know what Juice brings to the table. No need to keep an eye on him.
He brings the juice.
That's right.
Let's talk a little more about receivers. Jauan Jennings, I think they need to lock up.
Please.
Like now.
Yes.
But I would actually be surprised if that happened.
Really?
I think they're going to let him test free agency next year. I could be wrong. But between him and BA, I think they paid the wrong receiver, in my honest opinion. What are your guys' thoughts on Jauan Jennings and what he brings to the team and if he stays?
We know what he brings. He brings everything. He's everything you want in a receiver, right? He does the dirty work. He does the clean work and everything in between. Blocking, receiving, yak, all that. He's a complete receiver. And when his number is called, he delivers. So we know what he brings. I don't think we can afford him. Because he's just a good, valuable receiver.
Yes.
And other teams know this. Other teams have taken note. Other teams have seen when it's third down, when it's a clutch moment, it's his number that gets called often.
Right.
And he's putting up numbers, right? We've seen last year when he was the number one receiver, he put up numbers. Dude's a problem. So, he's one of those guys that just priced himself out. I don't think we're paying two receivers top money. I just don't think we're doing that. We already got one making top money. I think they're going to go, rookies and second-year guys from there.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen because he is a definite complete weapon.
Mm-hmm.
When he's out there, something positive is going to happen. And I love watching how a lot of teams forget about him.
Yeah.
And he's like 5 yards from the goal line and they've there's no coverage. They're like, oh, okay, we don't have to worry about this guy. Boom, there's a ball. Boom, touchdown. And his moves, and as far as blocking, he is a complete package. And I would hate for us to let that go. But like Ty said, got too much money on the other guys. I would hate to see him go because he is a complete asset in that position, and anything he does, it's going to be done, and it's going to be a positive play. Something positive is going to come out of it, even if it's always going to be something positive that's going to come out of it. So I would hate to see us lose him because he's like an unsung hero to me.
Yeah, I think when the game is on the line, I want to see Jennings with the ball or George Kittle. Yeah. Steve-O says 10 to 14 million. Papa J says the pay was justified at the time, but looking back, it was the wrong decision. But then again, it's easy to call someone out in hindsight.
Yeah. Let's not play that game. It's too easy.
Yeah.
We're smarter than that.
And we got some Up and Stout love from Low the Truth 81. What's up? Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Upton Stout might be Salah's K1 Williams blitzer from the nickel. Yeah. Might be.
Okay.
All right. So sticking with the receivers, let's talk a little Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon.
Yeah, he took to social media. I mean, I don't follow him because I'm just done with his diva ways. Even from last year, but he took to social media. I mean, everybody knows what he said. What are your thoughts on it?
I can't. I mean, it's like, here we go again. Either crap or get off the pot. One or the other. Okay, I'm sick of this nonsense, back and forth, back and forth. If you're not happy, go somewhere. But apparently you want to play these little mind games back and forth, back and forth. It's sickening. Can we have one time without drama? Without diva drama? And to hear his I didn't hear all of his comment, but the little blurbs that I heard, it reminded me of someone else. I was just like, I can't listen to this right now. I can't, it bothers me. It really.
Yeah, I mean, he got his money. Okay, he's rehabbing from his ACL. The vibes going into the season, Fred Warner was paid, George Kittle was paid, Brock Purdy was paid, well in advance of, mini camp, OTAs, vibe is good. Everybody's good. And then you have BA coming along pretty much saying, well, I want to make this about me now. In my opinion, that's how I see it.
Exactly. It's like, please.
And we really just don't need that at all.
No, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
You want to chime in, Ty?
This is a non-issue. A grown man posted on his social media. Happens every day. Happens every day. It means nothing. Now, what happens is nosy ass fans who have no life at all are digging into this. Why? Stop it. You want to cause drama. The drama's from the fans, not from the team. From the team perspective, vibes are still high. BA is great. He's there every day, participating in meetings, coaching up the young guys, being a great teammate, being a great 49er. But that's not the focus. Nosy people want to stalk his IG and talk about what he's posting. People need to get a life. That's all it is.
That's why I said I didn't even want to be bothered. You know, I didn't want to hear the rest of it. Like you said, it's a non-issue.
It's not an issue. He could post a picture of a fork and people would be like, what does this mean? He posted a fork. Is he sticking a fork?
He put a fork in it. You know?
Oh, look, wait,
He's
it's actually a spork, not a fork. What does that mean?
Ooh. Is he going to spoon his way out of this?
Exactly. Exactly. Non-issue. People just can't live in happiness. They just have to make a big deal out of something. And this is what they chose.
Yeah, that's why it's like, it's not, like I said, I couldn't even be bothered listening and hearing the rest of it because I'm just sick of the drama. And, you know, it's like, it's so counterproductive to me. It's not even, let's let the season start at least.
What up, David?
You know? Oh, David, my McNiner. How are you?
All right. So obviously Debo isn't on the team anymore. Going forward, do you think that we'll miss Debo on the field?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
We saw last season us moving on from him in season. Like we saw other guys getting opportunities. We saw Ricky Pearsall run that jet sweep. We saw Jacob Cowing running end arounds. Like Kyle was already planning on life without him.
Yeah.
So, right. So he's already got other guys doing the quote unquote Debo things in the playbook.
Yeah.
So he's ready. And let's be honest, like Debo as the runner wasn't effective as he was that magical season or those 2 seasons because teams caught on to it. There's no trickeration with it anymore. No. So that was out the window. And him as a receiver, he basically ran everything just short underneath. That's it. That you know,
yeah,
there was no explosiveness. So that's why you saw Kyle these past 2 drafts. What did he draft? Like guys who were good route runners.
Right.
Their craft in running routes and being a good receiver is top notch.
Yeah.
So he's prepared us for it.
Right. Yeah. I think last season was a season of preparation for exiting Debo out, like Ty said. And we saw so many plays where he wasn't in the play and it got done by other guys and then some.
Mm-hmm.
So I think last season was kind of like that preparation season. We know it's coming. No one's getting any younger. So you have to put things in perspective, put things in place, put people in place. And so far, like last season, even the games that he wasn't in, it was still productive. You know, everything held up. And we even won a game or 2. So it's like that was preparation. So now he might. I don't think he'll be missed in that position because Kyle already prepared and is still preparing.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that even when they drafted Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah,
that was the start of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Ricky, Debo. What? Who? What? Huh? And then when Ricky got in there, wow. That kind of like sealed it. Put a little saran wrap on top. You know.
Yeah.
It still peeked through.
Yeah. I think like the Rams game was supposed to be like Debo's curtain call.
Yeah.
I think in the second Rams game, later in the season.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was supposed to be his curtain call.
Yeah.
But when he didn't deliver, it was like, oh, all right, let's try it again next week. So was the Miami game.
Yep.
And you notice his number got called often.
Yeah.
Like, they're running the same plays for him, right? But he delivered that game. Then after that game, it was like, okay, that was your curtain call. I'm gonna start calling plays for Ricky now.
Yeah.
And since then, we saw Ricky's numbers go up, and it's like him getting wide open and beating man coverage, and it's like, well, this is looking pretty good. I like what I'm seeing. Look at Brock out there tearing it up, and Ricky making one-handed tip grabs to himself. I like this. Oh, more of this.
Gimme.
So yeah.
Yeah. It was like the old Pac-Man game. Chomp, 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 chomp. Right across. Yeah.
Yeah, that second Rams game was just awful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was, couldn't catch a cold. And then and then today it was funny. The Commanders, they put out some video, like as all 32 teams do, with OTAs. And it's Jaden Daniels throwing to Debo. Mm-hmm. And granted, albeit it's like 5 yards, but he caught the ball. And all I thought was, oh my God, he caught the ball, but no one was around him.
Yeah.
So,
say.
All right.
Yeah.
So some good news. Big Trent is back in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Last week, everybody made a big deal that he wasn't in the building. No one really went by what Kyle said, saying, we expect to see him soon. I mean, God forbid anybody listens to what the coach or the GM say. It's well known that they're actually like very bad liars. So it's probably best to listen to them. But yeah, there are some videos today. He looks a little leaner.
Mm-hmm.
He looks to be in better shape, and it probably bode well for his ankles.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Big Trent?
Yeah, I saw some pictures of him, and I was just like, man, this guy looks like taunt. He's like, said, oh, got a little tone there, buddy. I like it. Granted, I didn't see the rest of him. I saw him in shorts, and I was just like, nice legs. But they look really tight, you could tell that looking at his waistline that he's a little leaner than he was before. I just want the best for him. I really do. I want the best for him this year. And because he so deserves it. And as long as that ankle and everything else holds up, we good. He's good.
Yeah.
He looks good. Whatever he's doing, keep it up.
Yeah, as long as he's healthy, it helps the O-line tremendously.
Yes.
For real.
An asset to the O-line.
Yes.
For real. Yeah. Yeah, this was once again another non-issue. Fans just can't have peace, be happy. Trent's there. There's drama, controversy, like timeout.
Yeah, I was just glad to see him. That's all. Yeah, I'm glad to see anybody there.
It's like this dude is a 50-year veteran, best left tackle in football. He deserves time off.
Mm-hmm.
And also, with what he went through last season with his family,
yeah.
If he needs to take time off to be with his family, no
Let
one
him.
should say a word.
Nope.
Let the man have time off to be with his family.
Exactly.
All right.
Yep.
So yes, he was there for do the first off-season program, had to take some time off, came back. He's there. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
People just need to shut up, you know. But I didn't see the slim thing. He's still a large human being. Like they showed him in practice next to Ben Barch, and he was like towering over Ben Barch.
He is.
Like,
He is a large human being, but he just looks like he was a little leaner.
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, is Ben Barch too small for the position? What are we doing? He had me questioning it. So, but that Trent Williams is just big Trent Williams, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
he looks good, though.
Yeah, it's good to see him out there. Good to know that he's healthy and doing well. And just looking forward to him having a good OTA and a good training camp coming up. And we hit this thing running.
Exactly.
That's how you mentioned Ben Barch, who appears to be the front runner at left guard, which I'm happy about because I think last year before he got hurt, he actually did really well.
Yeah.
You guys' thoughts on Ben Barch?
Yeah,
go ahead. No,
David. I'm sorry. No, from what I saw of him, I think he's definite potential. I mean, he would scare me if I had to face him. There's definite potential there, and he's fast. I mean, he has some good speed. You know, he's not in slow motion like some of the others, but he has some good speed, and I think there's definite potential there. You know, I want to see more of him, especially what he can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm high on Ben Barch. He played well.
How high are you?
He looked good. Superman high. He played well. He looked good. He looked all the bit of the part. Like you said, a mauler. Dina, you hit the nail on the head. He has good feet, moves well, which is good in our blocking scheme, especially when we run that outside zone.
Oh, please. Definite outside zone.
So yes. Yeah, and just think like him being next to Trent, that's going to accelerate him even more, right? Going to make him better. So he's my number one pick for the job, just because I've seen him on the field and seen what he can do. So hopefully, he stays next to Trent, improves, and hits the ground.
That'd be decent. That'd be decent to see. Oh.
Crazy Juice says that he has to see more from Ben Barch.
Well, obviously, but we have a very small sample size. But from all the other guys that we've seen, we haven't seen them, to be honest with you. So it's like, all right, let's go with what we know for right now.
Yeah.
And in camp, they have a competition.
Yeah. Serious competition.
Crazy Juice says 1 year ain't gonna fool me. Well, like Ty said, it's a small sample size, but it's actually like a really positive sign that, I mean, I think that he could probably be better than Aaron Banks, which Aaron Banks was awful last year. Yeah. So, I mean, I think everybody is still kind of worried about the center position, Jake Brendel. But I think as long as, Trent Williams, Ben Barch, Jake Brendel, Dominic Pooney, Colton McKivitz, I think it's one of the better offensive lines. I mean, a lot of fans don't think so, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't think it's too shabby. McKivitz, I have my druthers about him sometimes.
He actually didn't do too bad last year.
No, he actually didn't. And of course, my nemesis, Brendel. The man just makes me nervous. But he actually looked good last season too. I was shocked. He did a lot more than what I expected he would do. So I was quite surprised. I was like, oh, okay. And check you out trying to make a play. Oh, you actually blocked somebody. Okay. I'm impressed. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good line. If we can keep it clean and it holds.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a fantastic line.
Yep. I'm with you. I've said this before. This is basically the same offensive line that's a year removed from playing in the Super Bowl. Right?
Yeah.
We got there to the Super Bowl with this line.
But it just has to hold up. And
what hurt us in the Super Bowl was an injury. And that
yes.
goes back to Dina, what you were just saying. Them holding up. These guys can be healthy and be a complete unit throughout the year. I think they'll be fine. All right. Yeah. Everybody's not going to be. We're not going to have 5 Trent Williamses out there. It just ain't going to happen.
That's impossible.
Right. But if you got a Trent Williams and a Dominic Pooney and a Ben Barch upgraded left guard, and maybe we get an upgraded center with one of the guys we got in house. Let's wait till training camp. Those guys fight it out. We could be in business.
That's going to be a real test.
We're going to be in business. So I think they'll be fine. It's just nobody talks about how banged up the offensive line was last year either. Like left tackle, left guard, right?
Yeah.
It's
oh my God.
It's when
that whole left side, it's like
it goes down. It's like, ew, that's ugly. So if they can stay healthy and just being intact and be a complete unit for the year, I think we'll be fine.
Terradome says, as to Ben Barch, he's got the ability. His problem has been availability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harkens to what we were just saying.
What's up, Sin?
Hey, Sin.
Yeah. So, the offensive line, we went to the Super Bowl with that offensive line. But yet people complain about the offensive line. And they say, well, you paid your franchise quarterback, but you did nothing about the offensive line. What do you say to those fans? Media,
Watch.
really.
Wait and see. Watch and see.
They have a line intact.
Watch and see.
They looked to upgrade it in the draft. Just like this year was about the draft. They weren't going out spending big money on free agents and all that. They wanted to build a system in-house that they can sustain for years. And that means going into the draft and drafting guys, and you got them here for 3, 4 years, 5 maybe. Then you get a little extension going on, things of that nature. They wanted to build through the draft. It's been said over and over again, but people won't listen. They had offensive linemen on their draft board.
Yeah.
Who they were looking at. But the way the draft fell, those guys were picked. Yeah. So, okay, who's the next guy on our draft board? Well, there's this defensive tackle, Alfred Collins. We need a defensive tackle. Okay, we'll take him. Go down the list. Here we go. The draft. We're in the 3rd round. Oh, here we go. There's 2 offensive linemen right there. What do the Raiders do? They take both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them right before us. Well, what do we do? And everyone likes to say reach. Oh, you don't reach. Well, we got this offensive lineman he has a 5th round grade.
Yeah.
Or we got this, linebacker who has a 3rd round grade. And we need both. Which one do you take? You take the linebacker. It's just the way the draft played out.
Yeah.
It happens. But you saw they did draft an offensive lineman. They tried to get a swing tackle. The guy that used to play for Arizona, his agent jumped the gun and approved a trade he didn't want. But there you go. It's not like they're sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're trying. They're doing
Yeah.
things. They signed some unrestricted guys, undrafted free agents to bring in. They're doing things. So you can't just say they didn't address it without adding some context to it.
Yeah, I agree with Sen. I also think the Raiders did that on purpose. I agree. Because
they got Sneaky Pete there now.
Yeah, it was like I was watching it. I was watching the draft, and when it came up, everybody was just like, "Yes, now's our chance. Now's our chance." The Raiders, huh? Yeah, it's like, oh my God, what? 2? Like,
I didn't talk about it. I said everyone else talks about it.
Yeah, Tara, you don't want to reach. Not Ty Austin talking reaches.
Because I make fun of everybody and was like, "Oh, that's a reach." Oh yeah, here we go with that. So,
yeah, why is that even a thing? Like, I don't get it.
Because it's all based on the number system, and you could have got this guy later, and blah blah blah, and it's like,
but
if we would have drafted what's that dude's name, Grant from William and Mary, like if we would have drafted him in the 2nd round, people would have said, "Oh, that was a reach. You could have got him later."
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Well, we saw what happened in the 3rd round. He was sitting right there, and the Raiders took him right before us, and it was like, oh. So that's why I always say there's no such thing as reach. If you see a guy and you have him pegged, and he's your guy, you want him, you go get him, because you never know in the draft. You don't know if you're going to be able to get that guy later, because you're sitting there waiting while 32 other teams draft, and God forbid you're like 40 picks away or 50, you know how it is.
Right.
You may not get that guy. So take him while you can.
What's up, Rob D? Welcome.
What's up, Rob?
Hey, Rob.
Just showing up late
than never.
Gonna have to pay a fee.
Right.
Yeah, right. All right, before we move on, if you want customized 49ers gear, go to faithfulgear209.com. Robert does a good job of any requests that you may have. Again, it's faithfulgear209.com. Robert's good people. So let's talk a little defense. Sorry, I was just reading a comment.
Defense.
Yeah.
Defense.
We were in desperate need of defense. So it was a Robert Saleh kind of draft. Now, fast forward to last week, and Bryce Huff is on the radar. I'm excited about that. I think his little dip in production last year was because of how he was used. But I think the real Bryce Huff is the 2023 version with the Jets when he had 10 sacks under Robert Saleh.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys make of this trade? How do you feel about it? What do you think going forward?
Go ahead, Ty.
It's a good trade. Like anytime you get a productive guy that you know how to use, you can put him in the proper situation to succeed. You know how to take advantage of his special ability. It's a win. It's a win. Robert Saleh gets a guy that he knows that can do all those things. It's a win. And you get him for a 3rd-day pick. Like, hello. Like, pick him up. You pick him up. And they're going to pay part of his salary.
Yeah.
You pick him up. Like, everyone wanted that situational pass rusher. There was a question mark on, man, who's going to be that guy? Are we going to go to that Corvette package where we move a guy inside and bring that situational guy off the edge? That question is now answered. We know exactly what it is. Here he comes. So people that have been pining for that D Ford replacement all these years, here you go.
Yep.
Mr. Huff is here. Your questions, your prayers have been answered. So I definitely think it was a good trade. Once again, they're reformulating this defense, reconfiguring it to get it back to the stellar performance that it was. This great offseason continues.
Right. Well, Ty, you brought up a word that was right on the tip of my tongue about him. Utilize.
Mm-hmm.
If he's utilized the right way, he's a menace. He's danger. He's good danger for us. But again, is him finding that niche. And if he's utilized in the right way, we got a powerhouse on our hands. I don't care what the pigeons say. We got a powerhouse on our hands because the guy is awesome. If he's utilized in the right way.
Which is Robert Saleh's specialty.
Right.
He knows how to put people in their proper place.
Right.
And that's one of the things that made us excited about, him returning to the 49ers. Like, all right, we'll run our system and he'll be putting guys in a proper position to succeed. That's what he does. So, hallelujah. Sky's the limit.
I mean, head coaching with, Robert Saleh may not have worked out, but his defense with the Jets did.
Yeah, definitely.
So that should be one thing that, 49ers fans are excited about. Because, like you guys said, like he knows how to utilize players.
Right.
And
exactly.
Bryce Huff is just another one that comes in and will be utilized correctly.
Yeah.
We hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had a bookend to Bosa since Dee Ford. And I actually like Dee Ford. It's unfortunate that he couldn't stay healthy.
Just couldn't stay healthy. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, Sin says Eagles fans think that Howie Rosen got over on the Niners with that trade.
Hey, let them think that.
Yeah.
I live here in pigeon country. It's like, let them think that. They keep talking about it. Yes, Sin. The pigeons are all around me. Yes. Okay. Yep. I got to hear it every damn day. So it's like, let them say what they're going to say. But again, Saleh knows how to utilize this guy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That is to our credit.
Mm-hmm.
You
get a
no
weapon,
matter what they say, that is to our credit. Because he knows how to put him in position. He knows how to utilize him in certain plays. That's an asset. That's a clear-cut asset.
Sin says that Saleh's defense was keeping the Jets in a lot of games. Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yep.
Yes, they were.
Rob D says Huff had his breakout year when trying to get a contract. He's trying to get a new contract now, too. Let's effing go.
Yep. Let it be done.
So, Nick Bosa. I feel like people are forgetting that we have Nick Bosa.
I don't know how.
Yeah, how? How?
Did we lose Ty?
Ty? Did he leave me?
His name is there. I don't know where he is though.
Wow. I even combed my hair.
Ty, you disappeared. I don't know where you are. That's so weird. So yeah. I mean, I feel like Nick Bosa, wow, that's very strange.
Okay.
I feel like Nick Bosa is being disrespected.
You think he's being disrespected or just forgotten?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Yeah, I mean, I think because last year, I mean, ever since he got Defensive Player of the Year, after that, people are just people not assume, but they just have that expectation he should do that every year. And some people don't understand that he gets double teamed. Sometimes he gets triple teamed.
Exactly.
I mean, if you watch the games, you could see where he gets held.
Right. And with no call.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, that I can understand, but you got to, you and I both know players are only going to play when the opportunity arises. And the first thing teams know is to try to go for Bosa, try to double team him, try to knock him down. And he overcomes a lot of that. He may slip every now and then, but he overcomes a lot of that. Now, I don't know how anybody can really forget the guy because he's so out there with for this team. You think about the night, you say the Niners, you think Bosa, you think Juice, Purdy, Kittle. Don't want to leave your man out. But it's just that core, and he's part of that core group. And I wouldn't say I can't see him really being disrespected. I can see people saying, he might be forgotten, or not really recognized for what he's doing or what he has done. And there's always that monkey on your back. Well, he did something. He did such a thing last year. How come he's not doing it this year? Well, every year is different. Every year has its challenges. Oh, there he is.
My laptop just completely stopped working. It just shut down on me. Second time in a row.
It was strange because your name was still there, but the picture was completely gone.
Yes. I thought it was my hair, like maybe you didn't like my hairstyle or something. Or my hat, or my hat.
Damn thing just stopped working. I think it overheated, maybe. I don't know.
So that could be it.
Yeah, you gotta keep a fan on, a little fan in the back.
All right, Ty, we're talking about Nick Bosa, whether he's been disrespected, forgotten. I had said, when he won, Defensive Player of the Year, and then all of a sudden, like his production to some dipped a little bit. But people don't understand that he was double teamed, sometimes triple teamed, held
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And probably like the most important games, the most important times.
And like I said, without a call.
We've all seen those chokehold pictures and clips that have gone around.
Yeah.
And with the referee standing right there, like, so we know what goes on.
Yeah.
But he's just not talked about because of the numbers aren't what they were. His Defensive Player of the Year campaign. Mm-hmm. So all the other guys are getting talked about, the Max Crosby's, the dude from Cleveland, all those guys. Michael Parsons always, even though he hasn't accomplished anything, that Dallas thing. But anyway, Nick Bosa slept on. And, in last year was a bit of off the year. He was playing through injury as well. Wasn't getting much help on the other side. So all that goes into it. But now this year, with our rebuilt defensive line, with our defensive guru back, I think you're going to see his return to dominant form, if you will. I think the numbers will be there. The production, let me put it that way. The production, in particular, sack production, will be there. Because now, as we talked about with the other guys, he'll be put in a position to succeed. He'll be moved around. He'll do different things. There's a guy on the other side that you have to look out for. Not to mention, they rebuilt the middle of the line. So you got to worry about those guys too.
Right.
So you can't just sit there and double and triple team
Nick Bosa like you normally would, because you got to play it kind of honestly with the other guys on the line,
Right.
which is going to cause him to eat. He's going to be able to feast on that. So I kind of like the fact that he isn't being talked about, that kind of sleeping on him, because it's like, okay, good. Take the focus off of him. Maybe
Right.
other teams will. And that's just advantage 49ers.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
if you look at that defensive line, Bryce Huff, Michael Williams, CJ West, Yatir Gross Matos,
Oh, Matos.
Um,
Yeah.
Nick Bosa,
Yeah.
Evan Anderson, Sam O.
We got pieces. Got a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the fact that these pieces, you can it'll be a nice rotation, I feel.
I think
exactly.
so.
Which,
and we definitely need that.
Yeah. Which now, because we got the depth and the rotational pieces, like you can pull Bosa off the field a little bit, right? Rest him up, kind of give him that in-game rest some. And then in crunch time, when you need him, he's fresh in the fourth quarter. He's that much fresher, right?
Yeah.
That much more impactful because he hasn't been grinding it out for three quarters, having to play every down just because we need him. So once again, advantage 49ers. I'm loving this line this year.
Yeah. Well, again, it's all about how he's utilized, just like with the others, and how he's going to be utilized.
Yep.
So that'll be great. But yeah, I'm like you, Ty. The less said, the better. Have a surprise attack come the new season. Say, bam.
You know what? That's a good way of life too. The less said, the better.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true.
All right. So who leads the Niners in sacks this year?
I still think it'll be Nick Bosa. I mean, we're talking all things even. They're healthy and playing throughout the season. I still think it'll be him.
I would like it to be.
Yeah.
I would like it to be Nick Bosa. That'll be great. Get the monkey off his back and shut people up. Yeah, I would like it to be Nick Bosa. And I think he wants it too. I think he's eager for it now. He's hungry for it. So yeah.
He wants those sackaroonies.
That's right.
So
that's right. So let it happen, But yeah, I think Nick would be he's gonna be hungry.
Yeah.
Like, yum yum, give me some. So yeah. I think it's gonna be a great thing to watch and a great thing to count. How many games, how many times per game is there a sack or sacks?
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be there. I really think it's going to be there. And I can't wait. What is it now? We're down to what, 98 days?
I think it's 99? Like 94 days.
94?
I believe.
Okay.
Oh, no. It's 92. Because I saw somebody said we're Reggie White days away.
Oh,
I believe Reggie White wore
92.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the only Eagle I really liked. I really liked Reggie White. I cried when he left and went to Green Bay.
Green Bay, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Reggie White. Before we get out of here, let's talk a little special teams. Because we had some turnover.
I was hoping you would bring that up.
Wishnowsky is gone. We signed Thomas Morstead. We signed linebacker special teamer Chaz Surratt.
Yeah, I was surprised at that.
Who's a Sala and Brant Boyer guy. And we have John Weeks, the long snapper. Still have Jake Moody. What are you guys' thoughts on, the direction of the special teams?
I was shocked at Wisnowski. I was really shocked.
What's up, BC?
But yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be strong. I think they're really going to be strong. Oh, Bebop, my love. Oh, mwah. Yeah, I think they're going to be strong. But that Wisnowski thing got me. I was trying to like figure out why. But other than that, I think we got it. If they're utilized in the right way and stay healthy. But
That should be next week's thumbnail word. Utilize.
Yep.
Utilize.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Comes from the old Ultraman days. I know I'm aging myself.
Yeah, but special teams is what they started working on first this offseason.
Which is a testimony to that. You know?
Yeah, which showed, they were taking it very seriously. They know special teams. You got to win in all three phases. And special teams is a big component of that.
Yes.
And, you can't keep putting your defense out there on a short field because special teams blew a kick coverage, right? So these moves, I see what Boyer's doing. He's like, you know what? We're going with solid, steady veterans here.
Yeah.
Guys who can have the experience and can get the job done. They are specialists at what they do. So with Wish, loved him. I loved yelling, "Punt that Mitch" during games. It made other fans cringe and laugh at the same time. So it was fun to do. But when you got a kicker with leg and back issues,
yeah,
that's not good.
No,
that's not good.
Yeah, you definitely need those.
Yeah, it's kind of important to the job.
Yeah,
so,
I was sad to see him go.
Yeah, sad to see him go as well because I really liked him. He was one of those fan favorite guys. But they are taking special teams extremely seriously and have shown, hey, we will make the moves we need to do to get this unit right again.
And I'm glad
they've done
about
that from the very beginning of the offseason. That's what they did. And they're continuing to do it as we see.
And I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want us to be like in that position where, who was that guy? James. Only punt return for like 3 yards and then boom. Punt return for 5 yards, boom, not get knocked down. And that was it.
Oh, Richie James?
Yeah. I was like, really? You got long legs like Gumby. Come on, man. That's the best you can do.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Now fans can't say that they're not taking special teams seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
And going back to the defense real quick, they, the beat writers were able to interview like the assistant coaches and, and stuff like that yesterday. And I actually really like Gus Bradley.
Oh,
he's fun, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a fun guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they were talking to, I don't even care what he said. He was just like, it was really fun. Like, I was like, wow, this guy actually has like a sense of humor. And like, because when you talk to them, they answer your questions. They're kind of like, oh God, I want to get out of here. And he was just like, kind of like laughing with them. And,
he's joking. And telling
he was
some
pretty
stories.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bubbly.
So you can see he's bringing the fun and the excitement there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sin says, I dream of the day that we get a special teams touchdown. Right.
Me too.
It's been a long while.
Yes.
All right. So last one before we get out of here, let's talk a little bit about the Madden 2026 cover.
Oh God.
Yep.
Crazy Jew says the Dodos fans should focus on their team, especially since a so-called curse could fall on them. CMC looked like he was so ready to
pass that torch.
You picked up on that too, huh?
Yes. It was like a relief on his face that he was just so ready.
He's like, go long.
He couldn't get rid of it fast enough.
Yep.
So now Saquon Barkley will be on the cover of the Madden 2026 game. Is the Madden curse real, guys?
Yeah.
I want to say if you're a running back, it's real.
Yeah.
Because no
running back
is really, especially ours. Yeah, you beat me to it. I was supposed to say no running back has really survived that thing.
Right.
Especially ours. So
with our team, yes.
Ever again. Like it's two things I dread.
Yeah.
Please cover and Hard Knocks. Like I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I was actually like really concerned that we were going to get Hard Knocks this year.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah. I'm not.
I can't. No.
I'm a huge fan and all, and and I love like seeing like stuff about the team, but just not that.
Right.
No.
I'd rather, an international game in Vietnam or something than be on Hard Knocks. Like I don't want it. I don't want it.
Take it.
All right. So let's go to that hurry up offense and the 2-minute warning. And Ty, you're up.
Yeah, man. It's good to see all the, media coverage and stuff from OTAs. Jess, you brought up something I wanted to talk about. It was good to hear from the assistant coaches, because you barely hear from them. You hear from the coordinators, like during games and stuff. But to hear them talk to the assistants and the individual units and them talk about guys. And it's good to hear all the positivity that's coming out of camp and how well guys are doing and how hard they are working to get ready right now for the season. And you got to be excited about that as a fan, because that's how you know this team is taking it serious and they're refreshed and they're just ramped to go. And it's a sign for a good season. So kudos to all the assistant coaches out there. Keep on talking because we like to see it.
Yeah, Dina.
Yeah, just to piggyback on that, the positivity is there. I hope the positivity stays there because that's a good motivation for the whole team. And I am ready to see our new offensive line. I'm ready to see our special teams. I'm ready to see some long-legged Gumby playing people go down the field. I'm just ready. But yeah, the positivity, keep it up because that's good for body conditioning too, mental and physical. So keep it up.
Shout out to the chat. You guys are always great. Yeah, positivity. Let's go. Faithful Gear. Get your customized Niners gear, faithfulgear209.com. We will see you next week. And as always, go Niners. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we're out of here.
Peace.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone.